this 1 hour, we are trying to do our sadhana of Swadhyayam of the Upanishads, trying to understand the theme of that, trying to relate that theme with ourselves and see what changes, transformations we have to bring in ourselves to prove to ourselves that we are sadhakas and we are doing the sadhana. This 1 hour we give it to ourselves to do sadhana and prove that we are sadhakas. In that Upanishad, Adhyayanam, understanding of the subject studied, its relation with us, what we have to do, having understood what we studied. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhetamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Namo Brahmadibhyo Brahma Vidya Sampradaya Kartrubhyo Vamsa Rishibhyo Mahadbhyo Namo Gurubhyaha. Om Sarvopaplavarahitāh Prajñānaghanah Pratyagartah Brahmaivahamasmi. Om Narayanam Padmabhavam Vasishtham Shaktim Chadatputra Parasharam Cha Vyasam Shukam Gaudapadam Mahantam Govinda Yogindra Mathasya Shishyam Shri Shankaracharya Mathasya Padma Padam Cha Stamalakam Cha Shishyam Tam Todakam Vardhikakaramanyāna Asmadgurūn Santadamanatosmi Sada Shiva Samarambham Vyasa Shankara Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Parambaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Jnananandamayan Devam Nirmalam Spatikakrutim Adharam Sarva Vidyanam Hayagrivam Upasmahe. Om Namah Pranavarthaya Shuddha Jnanaikamurtaye Nirmalaya Prashantaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Vyasaya Vishnurupaya Vyasarupaya Vishnave Namo Vai Brahmanidaye Vasishtaya Namo Namaha. Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavatpada Shankaram Lokashankaram Karunavarunalaya Valayamam Bhavasagara Dukkha Viduna Hrudam Rachayakila Darshana Tattvavidam Bhavashankara Deshika Me Sharanam Bhavashankara Deshika Me Sharanam. Om Brahmanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvataitam Gaganasadrusham Tattvamasyaadilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadhi Sakshibhutam Bhavataitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tannamami. Om Parabrahmane Namaha Shruti Matre Namaha Samastam Brahma Vidyacharibhyo Rishibhyo Munibhyo Gurubhyo Devatabhyo Namaha Asmad Gurubhyo Namaha Shri Veda Vyasa Vaishambhayana Yagnivalkya Adya Shankaradi Gurubhyo Namaha Parabrahmanaha Shruti Matuhu Samasta Brahma Vidyacharyanam Gurunam Devatanam Anugrahena Upanishadukta Brahmatmaikya Bodhasya Asmin Kshane Eva Anubhava Siddhyartam Sanatana Dharmasya Vedika Samskrutehe Haindava Samskrutehe Punaruthana Jagarana Vishwavyaptyartham Tatkrute Kankanabadha Samasta Sadhaka Bhakta Sevakanam Bahyabhyantara Shatru Vigna Nirmolna Dwara Avashyaka Samasta Anukulyatanam Shaktinam Sampadanam Sadhananam Avapti Dwara Dharma Samsthapana Karyedik Vijaya Praptyartham समस्त विश्वशांति कल्याण एकता प्राप्त्यर्थम अस्माकं साधकानां आयुरारोग्य ऐश्वर्य क्षेम स्थैर्य धैर्यादि प्राप्त्यर्थम श्री पवमान सूक्तस्य पारायणं श्री तैत्तिरीय उपनिषदः श्री आद्य शंकराचार्य भाष्य समेत अध्ययनं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। पवमान सूक्तं पुण्याह वाचन मंत्रम्। ओम अथ पवमान सूक्तं पुण्याहवाचनम्। ओम ओम हिरण्यवर्णाः शुचयः पावकाया सुजात कश्यपो यास्विन्द्रः अग्निं या गर्भं दधिरे विरूपास्तान आपश्यग् स्योना भवन्दो या सागं राजा वरुणो याति मध्ये सत्यानृते अवपश्यं जनानाम् मधुश्च्युतशुचयो याः पावकास्तान आपश्यग् स्योना भवन्दो यासान् देवा दिवि कृण्वन्ति भक्ष्यं या अन्तरिक्षे बहुधा भवन्ते याः पृथिवीं वयसोन्दन्ति शुक्रास्तान आपश्यग् स्योना भवन्दो शिवेन मा चक्षुषा पश्यता शिवया तनुवोपस्पृशतस्त्वचन् मे सर्वागम अग्निगम रप्सुषदो हुएवो मयि वर्चो बलमोजो निधत्त पवमानः सुवर्जनः पवित्रेण विचर्षणिः यः पोता स पुनातु मा पुनन्तु मा देवजनाः पुनन्तु मनवो धिया पुनन्तु विश्व आयवः जातवेदः पवित्रवद पवित्रेण पुनाहि मा शुक्रेण देवदीद्यत अग्ने क्रत्वा क्रतुगुम्रनो यत्ते पवित्रमर्चिषि अग्ने विततमन्तरा ब्रह्मतेन पुनीमहे उभाभ्यां देव सवितः पवित्रेण सवेन च इदं ब्रह्म पुनीमहे वैश्वदेवी पुनति देव्यागात् यस्यै बह्वीस्तनुवो वीतपृष्ठाः तया मदं तस्सदमाद्येषु वयग्गस्यामपतयोरयीणां वैश्वानरो रश्मिभिर्मा पुनातु वातः प्राणेने शिरो मयो भूः द्यावा पृथिवी पयसा पयोभिः ऋतावरी यज्ञिये मा पुनीताम बृहद्भिः सवितृस्त्रुभिः सवितस्त्रुभिः वर्षिष्ठैर्देवमन्मभिः अग्ने दक्षैः पुनाहि मा येन देवा अवुनत येनापो दिव्यङ्कषः तेन दिव्येन ब्रह्मणा इदं ब्रह्म पुनीमहे यः पावमानीरध्येते ऋषिभिः संभृतगं रसं सर्वगं सपूतमश्नाते स्वदितं मातरिश्वना पावमानीर्यो अध्येते ऋषिभिः संभृतगं रसं तस्मै सरस्वती दुहे क्षीरगं सर्पिर्मधूदगं पावमाने स्वस्त्ययनेः सुदुगाहि पयस्वतेः ऋषिभिः संभृतो रसः ब्राह्मणेष्वमृतकं हितं पावमानेर्दिशन्दुनः इमं लोकमथो अमुं कामान् समर्दयन्दुनः देवैर्देवैः समाभृताः पावमाने स्वस्त्ययनेः सुदुगाहि घृतश्च्युतः ऋषिभिः संभृतो रसः ब्राह्मणेष्वमृतकं हितं येन देवाः पवित्रेण आत्मानं पुनते सदा तेन सहस्रधारेण पावमान्यः पुनन्तु मा राजापत्यं पवित्रं शतोद्यामगं हिरण्मयं तेन ब्रह्मविदो वयं भूतं ब्रह्म पुनीमहे इन्द्रसुनीते सह मा पुनादो सोमस्वस्त्या वरुणः समीच्या यमो राजा प्रमृणाभिः पुनातु मा जातवेदा मोर्जयन्त्या पुनातो भोर्भुवः सुवः ॐ तच्छम्योरावृणीमहे गातुं यज्ञाय गातुं यज्ञपतये दैवे स्वस्तिरस्तु नः स्वस्तिर्मानुषेभ्यः ऊर्ध्वं जिगातु भेषजं शन्नो अस्तु द्विपदे शं चतुष्पदे ॐ शान्तिः 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 ओम अतः श्रीकृष्ण यजुर्वेदान्तर्गत तैत्तिरीय आरण्यकान्तर्गत तैत्तिरीय उपनिषदा ॐ यस्मात् जातं जगत्सर्वं यस्मिन्नेव प्रणीयते येनेदन्धार्यते चैव तस्मै ज्ञानात्मने नमः यैरिमे कुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्यप्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम् तैत्तिरीयकसारस्य मयाचार्यप्रसादतः विस्पष्टार्थरचयिनां हे व्याख्येयं सम्प्रणीयते ॐ शान्तिमन्त्रः ॐ शन्नो मित्रः शं वरुणः शन्नो भवत्वर्यमा शन्न इन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः शन्नो विष्णुरुक्रमः नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वामेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मावादिशं ऋतमवादिशं सत्यमवादिशं तन्मामावेद तद्वक्तारमावेद आवेन्माम् आवेद्वक्तारम् ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ अथ द्वितीया ब्रह्मानन्दवल्ली शान्तिमन्त्रः ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तो सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधैतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. These 10 minutes of prayers, when intensely done, bring our mind to the purpose for which we are seated, called as study of the Upanishads. It should be a regular feature for the sacred program of ours of study of Upanishads should not go wasted, rather it should give us the maximum benefit or the result. Let us chant the Panchamonuvakaha. Om Atha Panchamonuvakaha Vijnanam Yajnam Tanude Karmani Tanute Picha Vijnanam Devas Sarve Brahmajeshtamupasate Vijnanam Brahmachedveda Tasmachenna Pramadyate Sharire Papmano Hitva सर्वान् कामान् समश्नुत इति तस्यैष एव शारीर आत्मा यः पूर्वस्य तस्माद्वा एतस्मात् विज्ञानमयात् अन्योन्तर आत्मानन्दमयः तेनैष पूर्णः स वा एष पुरुषविद एव तस्य पुरुषविदताम् अन्वयं पुरुषविदः तस्य प्रियमेव शिरः मोदो दक्षिणः पक्षः प्रमोद उत्तरः पक्षः आनन्द आत्मा ब्रह्मपुच्छं प्रतिष्ठा तदप्येष श्लोको भवति ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. Much before we understand what is Adhyatmik sadhana and start doing. First, let us salute our all Rishis Munis. Om Parabrahmane Namaha, SHRUTHI Namaha, Samasta Brahmavidya Acharyebhyo, Rishibhyo, Munibhyo, Gurubhyo, Devatabhyo Namaha, Shri Vedavyasa Vaishampayana, Yagnavalkya Adya Shankaradi Gurubhyo Namaha, Asmad Gurubhyo Namaha. Much before consciously we are able to understand, do sadhana and get benefited, we have to become conscious about what is happening in and around and about and by us in our life apart from our own prarabdha. Prarabdha brought us to one place, gave us one identity. In that we are doing some duties, we are going through some sukha dukha. This is all one category. Apart from that, having born as a human being, given the Purushartha Samarthya, have I recognized it? Am I using it? Is that use happening in proper manner or in a non-positive manner? In short, what exactly consciously my day is conducted every day. On this observance only we come to know that our time is either in the tamogunatmaka nidra or rajogunatmaka kamadi vikara. Lot of the time is getting wasted. This is what I am doing. Then all these doings are born out of moha delusion only. That the world is real, that there is sukha in the world. Therefore, to get that sukha from that real world, I have to get this or that thing. So, for that, let me do this karma. All this is the delusion. Unless we inquire about it, vicharana about it, we will not understand that this is what we are self cheating, self deluding. Why? Because if there is sukha in the world, it should continue. It is ending. Again, it is creating the lacuna or emptiness in us. Again, I am struggling. So, any number of times I am doing, still it is not giving me sukha. Therefore, that which I want, the permanent continuous sukha, may not be here. It must be somewhere else. Where it is? Already I heard from the gurus that it is in our own self. How to recognize self? By doing adhyatmika sadhana. What is sadhana? Who will tell us? The Shastras. Shastras also I studied, but I never cared the theme there because I was in delusion in searching for what I want in the place where it is not there. Now through Viveka, I got the Vairagya. Now let me try to discover that inner self which is giver of bliss. So for that, I have to travel from where I am to that self. Now I am though with Viveka, Vairagya, ready to come out of the world. But what is already done, that will persecute me. Therefore, through Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, all these hurdles, all these self created obstructions, I will have to cross. This is how my life should be fully for the spiritual sadhana in which I do outside whatever is required to be done, seeing its result in the form of the calmness, quietness of the antakarana, single pointedness of antakarana, subtlety of the antakarana, purity of the antakarana, shuddha sattva guna of the antakarana. With this Shuddha Sattva-guna Pantakarana, as guided by the Shruti Mata and our Acharyas, our Bhashyakaras, through inquiry contemplation itself, by cutting asunder all the wrong identities, slowly I embark or reach to my own essential nature. This is how every day for some time when we contemplate and consciously do the sadhanas accordingly, alone we mature. But this all will never happen unless we wean away from the routine of being extroverted, taking our life for granted, involving in all those things which are not only blocking our spiritual growth but pulling us down and down and down into the worldliness. So, in this way, nobody can do this inquiry for us. Every one of us have to do our own inquiry, find where do we stand, find what we are doing, find whether it is right or not, then discover what to reach this goal, then discover what to do. Exactly do that. Guru and Shastra help us in this regard itself. Relentlessly, when we listen Shastra, when we contemplate on it, these most essential understandings required for a spiritual seeker will start coming to. May we all, with our efforts, with the blessings of Guru Parambara, the Guru Tattva, our own Guru and our own Ishtadevata, very quickly come to that Shuddha Sattva Guna of understanding what is wrong to be done, therefore should not be done, and right thing what is to be done, and only that we involve in. Not 1 minute a day, 1 hour of the day, but entire day of ours may fully dedicated for this evolutionary process. May we desire for it, may we pray to the Lord for giving us with that blessing, may we also ourselves be wise enough, smart enough, intelligent enough to encash every freedom given moment, every moment where we are free, only for becoming subtler and deeper in our understanding, subtler and deeper in our practices of whatever sadhanas we have got from our gurus. So may all we that way fulfill our lives. May our lives be not wasted by not nearing to the self. So this is how think where do we stand. Then just take charge, take responsibility that it is our life. It is I who is suffering at my lower level of ignorance and delusion. It is I alone, by removing the ignorance, delusion, through the right wisdom, can do better things, get better things, feel better within myself. Many of us still either wait for someone to bless us or do something, or we just are in a lethargic mood of non inspiration and non initiative regarding our sadhana, regarding our adhyatmic pragati. Like in the world, any of the goals we want to reach, any sort, it is I who will have to fully involve in that, taking the help of others. Whether you make a house, whether you get your children married, whether you are, doing a business to succeed in that, the first person to work is I. And then I have to involve in it fully by the help of others. In the same way, in spirituality, I have to fully involve. While involving, take the help of the like-minded, of the gurus and acharyas, of course, of Shruti Mata, the Devatas, as well as the Parabrahma himself. We are into the fourth, the Vignanamaya Kosha. In our second Valli, Brahmananda Valli of our Taittiriya Upanishad from the Krishna Yajurveda. So far what we studied about these four koshas, how far we have in our everyday's attempt or meditation, try to become aware of these koshas. Annamaya very clearly seen, but becoming aware of Annamaya kosha as a seer of it. Then, as it is said, ki there is Anyaha, Antaraha, Atma, Manomayaha, sorry, Pranamayaha. How many times we attempted to become aware of the Pranamaya which is fully permeating this Annamaya? How many times we have recognized that the Pranamaya is Atma, not the Annamaya? As many times these practices we do, so much we get detached from the Sthula Koshas and slowly through the Sukshma Kosha we will be nearing the self. There is no easier, clearer, better, beautiful guidance to reach to the self than this Panchakosha Viveka because it's very crystal clear. It is unambiguous. It is absolutely about what we are going through every day alone we are given. Only we have to become aware of it and slowly, consciously detach from these as an Atma to the higher koshas as Atma. Keep on doing, keep on doing, keep on doing till we get settled in that knowledge. Like the marriage, that she is my would be, my would be, my would be, or is my would be. That thought is entertained till the moment of marriage. When the marriage is done, then she is my wife and he is my husband. Go on entertaining, and whole life you live like that. So too, I am the owner of this house, or I am this much moneyed person, or I am this officer. Through Abhyasa Bala, we become that. In the same way, through Abhyasa Bala, from the Sukshma Kosha Tadatmya, Stula Kosha Tadatmya, we have to come to the Sukshma Kosha Tadatmya to get rid of Stula. Actually, it should happen. Then a question should rise. Whenever any Stula Kosha is pulling us for us to identify with it, we should tell ourselves, अरे मैं तो ये कोश नहीं हूँ, मैं तो अंदर का हूँ. So the demands of this kosha, if I allow, then I will be pulled to the identity of this kosha level. Therefore, this kosha's purpose is this much. Only that I will do. Beyond that, I will not be associated with it. This viveka is called as wisdom. Living life that continuously is called as spiritual sadhana. Then only any time we want, we can withdraw from this Stula Koshas, enter into Sukshma, even beyond also. So how far we have done, how much we have done, and that only our progress depends. With all the Panchakosha Adhyanam, with the Brahmats Adhyanam beyond the Panchakosha, if we don't do these practices, we continue to live at the Annamaya level, suffering in this only gross world as a Stula Samsari. Without Siddhanta, we cannot do sadhana. Without sadhana, Siddhanta cannot be made as experience. Without experience, there is no moksha. Moksha is an anubhuti to be experienced. But even in all these things, with all our study of few years, still it is a vagueness because our antakarana is not fully dedicated to deeply study these shastras. At that childlikeness, still we are. So from that, become matured, understand, and then feel for these sadhanas and start doing. So Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, each of that. Again and again, again and again. Definition of Anamaya understood and becoming aware of the Manomaya and say that I am Annamaya, though it is also Mithya Prakalpita, but it is to be done to get out of the earlier two Kosha Tadatmyam. Then come to the Vijnanamaya Kosha. Vijnanamaya is most important. Here we are studying the Vijnanamaya Kosha. Half of it we have seen in that fourth Anuvakam, where the Yajurveda Brahmana spoke to us about Vijnanamaya. It is other, it is inside, it is the Atma permeating the Manomaya Kosha. Then the Vijnanamaya Kosha's position is what? It is the Kartrutva Kosha. It is a kosha where these Veda mantras, which are at the mind level, their knowledge is there thoroughly. Is there means in brackets should be there. If this Vijnanamaya Kosha is consistently exposed to Veda Adhyanam, then Vedokta, Mantrokta Artha meaning will come to us. And what is Vedas? Bhagwan's expression only in the form of knowledge. Why the Vedas? To guide us in both the Dravya Yajnas and Jnana Yajna. Why they are? Dravya Yajna is for our getting Dharmartha Kama. The Jnana Yajna is for getting our fourth Purushartha called as the Moksha. This Vijnanamaya Kosha alone should guide the entire life with the authority of the Vedanta, Veda Jnana fully digested. The Vijnanamaya Kosha existing Jiva, you and I, either are in the Jnana Yagnam or we are in the Dravya Yagnam. Other than Yagna, we cannot do anything. Only Yagna we have to do. So this is how we have to fully make our personality. Is it not? When I go to office, other than going and doing the work given to me, in no other nonsense I involve. Is it not right? And is it not required? And should it not be done to avoid the wastage of government's resource and time and other things? In the same way, the Vijnanamaya Kosha Sthai Jivanam healthily is the most profound thing for spiritual evolution. All that was done. Then this Vijnanamaya Kosha, five limbs also were told. We studied them in exhaustive detail. So, Shraddhaiva Siraha, Rutan Dakshina Paksha, Satyam Uttara Paksha, Yoga Atma Mahapucham Pratishtha. Then, is that only the Yajurveda is talking about Vijnanamaya Kosha? Is there any mantra in Rug mantras also, as was there for the earlier three koshas? Very much so. That's how the Panchamanuvaka started. In this Panchamanuvaka, two portions are there. The second portion talks about Anandamaya Kosha, which will be done later, but the first portion contains Vijnanamaya Kosha explained beautifully to make the topic complete by the Rigveda mantra. So, in that again, among the four parts, first part, what is Vijnanamaya Kosha and what is supposed to do. Second one is doing the upasana of this Vyashti, Samashti, Vijnanamaya Kosha as Brahma. Third is the Phala Shruti. The Phala which comes to us when we do Vijnanamaya as Brahma Upasana. The fourth topic talks about therefore. The conclusion is this Vijnanamaya is permeated in Manomaya Kosha. This Vijnanamaya is the Atma of the Manomaya Kosha. Therefore, our Atma also Vijnanamaya, not Manomaya. Even though Vijnana is not final, but with regard to Mano, Vijnana. Is it not? This is how the four topics that are discussed in the first portion of the fifth Anuvakam. So, in that we have seen the first topic. Second one we are doing now. Second is doing the upasana of the Vyashti and Samashti Vijnanamaya Kosha as the Brahma, or the Vyashti Vijnanamaya Kosha is being done with the upasana that it is the Samashti Vijnanamaya Kosha only. It is never ever separate or apart from it, independent of it. It cannot be. This is what is Upasana. For that, first the example is given that all devatas are always doing the Vijnanamaya Kosha Upasana, that their Vijnanamaya Kosha is Brahma alone. Brahma, we can talk it here to specify with to avoid all the ambiguity. The Samashti Vijnanamaya Kosha, called as Hiranyagarbha. Hiranyagarbha's instrument called as Mahatattva. Therefore, my individual Sukshma Sharira Vijnanamaya Kosha is nothing but the part and parcel of the total Mahatattva. Thus, I, a Vijnanamaya Kosha Tadatmya Jiva, am never away separate from the Samashti Hiranyagarbha. That type of upasana leading to that type of proximity association with the total in such a manner that I am not doing anything against that total. In the life also, as we see, when the subordinate is fully in tune with boss, what exactly the boss says, if he does it, that relation is so beautiful, both of them cherish it, together both create such a great outcome or the work for the company wherever they are working. If the subordinate doesn't have that good relation with boss, not only doesn't do what he says, but it keeps doing whatever he likes, then the whole company will be collapsing. So too, we are troubling ourselves, we are troubling the world also by doing everything whatever we like. Before that, by becoming independent from the Samashti Vijnanamaya Kosha, which is not correct, which is wrong. So, therefore, in the Upasana, we develop the proximity, we develop the connection, we prove that connection by doing exactly what the Mahat Brahma or the Hiranyagarbha Brahma wants the individual I to do. That's already given in our Shastras, as we told you, the Varnashrama Vyavastha Rupi Pravrityatmaka Dravya then the Upanishad Ukta Jnana Yajnam. This is what the Hiranyagarbha wants us to do. There's no doubt. Much before we join the office, already the boss has made what are the works to be done by us or what rules to be followed. First we go there, we are appraised with that, then start doing. So too much before we all have born, already the Shastras are given by the Lord, telling each one to do what so that he stay, and because of him the world, and because of these two, the plan of the Lord is properly accomplished. Takes time because you have to give time. अरे बचपन से ही पढ़ते आए तो अब तक समझ में आ जाता बात, किया ही नहीं तो फिर टाइम तो लगेगा ही in understanding these things. Now, first thing we saw, such a beautiful is this Vijnanamaya Kosha's complete explanation. So, what is that first mantra? Vijnanam Yajnam Tanute. Vijnanam Yajnam Tanute. The Vijnanamaya conducts the yajnas. That's the literal meaning. So, what is said by Bhashyakara? Vijnanavan hi yajnam tanoti. Shraddha adi purvakam. So, a Vijnanamaya Kosha living person is supposed to live the life according as a yajna, according to or along with the Shraddha, Rutam, Satyam, then Atma is the Mahat Pucham Pratishtha with these as the limbs. So, Yoga Atma. We have exhaustively seen that. Not only that, Karmani Tanute Picha, this Vijnanamaya Kosha existing, Jiva Aham only is the Karta. He does the other karmas which are not necessarily mentioned in the Shastra, which are according to the time's progress, different karmas as a part of our Jivanam, as a part of our own sadhana, we have to do. Like at the time of the Vedic period, these computers, these all are not there. Now they have come now. Now in the Vedas about computers, there's nothing is given. Should I do something with it or not? Arrange according to your own job, you have to do what is to be done there. So that is called karmani tanute. Any other karma which in future, depending on requirement they come, they have to be done. कर्मास चेंज होते रहते हैं. Whether you discover computers, laptops, and work on all that, the purpose is only one, to earn our livelihood, to be safe and secure and completed, to be in that comfortable zone. कर्म तो ये चेंज होता ही रहता है. So therefore, not only the Vedokta Yajna karma, but also the other karma. The karta is the Vijnanamaya sthita aham. One point. Second is, this karma also you should do according to the rules. Is it not like the laptop utilization? The one who created, invented it, tells us how to use, what for to use. Exactly you do that, you are saved. Misuse that, destroyed. So too, the Yajna Yaga about that Vedas have said. Practice them, then we are safe. This is how repeatedly we have to tell this thought to ourselves through this auto-suggestion, slowly from the misguidance of others, slowly from the misguidance of the Annapranamana, we should come into the guidance of the Shastras for our life, whose only purpose is to purify us and give us the mukti through the jnanam or anubhuti of our own self as Brahman. Slowly we have to do. We have fallen down to the level of totally forgetting how and why the life has to be lived, which is given in our Shastras, to the level of living only for the grosser koshas, also misguided by equally ignorant people like us. So from there we have to come back like a youngster. Inadvertently fell in the wrong company, and through them he developed some bad habits. Then he went through the trauma, the dukkha. Now he'll have to tell himself ki by not being listening to my own parents or well wishers, I just took my own chance and gave value to these stupid fellows. They destroyed me. Now slowly I wean away from my association with them and develop my contact with my own elders, parents, who are my well wishers. In this way, when that youngster slowly transforms from the traumatic, disastrous destruction, he comes to a normal life. Same way, you and I, misguided by others, misguided by our own mind senses, taking ourselves to a samsari, trying to eke out sukha only in dharma artha kama, we were continuously doing so many non-positive things. Some positive, some non-positive. Now, the Shastra tells us only two things. One, through your dharma nirvahana according to your varnashrama, finish your obligations and vasanas and samskaras. Second is, through the Tattva Jnana Vedanta Vidya, recognize your own self and get liberated. Let us entertain these thoughts more and more, more and more, become stronger only in this, till we do only this. This is called Vijnanam Yagnam Tanute Karmani Tanute Vicha. First two lines of this Panchamonavaka quotation from the Rigveda mantra to tell about the Vijnanamaya Kosha. It is what is said. So somewhere it is said Vijnana Vignu Tanute Karmani Tanute Vicha. Now, second topic of this Anuvaka is Upasana of the Vijnanamaya Kosha to be the Samishti Vijnanamaya Kosha called as Mahat Brahma. Mahat is the matter. Brahma is the Paramatma identified with that Mahatma. That's called Hiranyagarbha. So here the Shabda uses Brahma, Brahma, Brahma. So this Vijnanam is Brahma only, that type of Upasana. First, Devatas are doing it, that is explained to us. Then we are also told to do that. When we do, what precaution we have to take, that will be told. Then the result of this Upasana also will be told. These are the most beautiful three topics here which we have to study. Starting is like this. What it is? किं च विज्ञानं ब्रह्म सर्वे देवाः इन्द्रादयः ज्येष्ठं प्रथमजत्वात् सर्वप्रवृत्तीनां वा तत्पूर्वकत्वात् pratamajam Vijnanam Brahma upasate dhyayanti. So the first thing is what? The devatas are doing the Brahma upasana. Two things we have to understand clearly here. One is what? Why they are doing the upasana of the Brahma, why he deserves that upasana. Second is how they are doing. Third, what they are getting. Okay. Same reasons apply to us also. Why the devatas are doing the Hiranyagarbha upasana. Then how they are doing. Third, what they are incurring or accruing. What result they are getting. Why they are doing is first explanation is given. See the sentence Kimcha Vijnanam Brahma. विज्ञान अपने विज्ञानमय को ब्रह्म के रूप में सर्वे देवाः ऑल द देवतास इंद्रादयः इट्स मंत्र का फॉलो भाष्यकार takes the mantra and adds his bhashya in between or before or the end, makes it a flowing sentence. So you have to be very subtle, conscious, then only we'll be seeing the whole flow and understanding. So the main mantra is Vijnanam Deva Sarve Brahmajeshtamupasate. So Vijnanamaya Koshaha Devaha Sarve Indradayah Brahma. Then Jeshtam is the mantra, therefore explanation. Ki Vijnanam Brahma Sarve Devaha Indradayah Jeshtam. So the reason why Devas do the Upasana of Hiranyagarbha is in the mantra, the meaning, the word given is Jeshtam. The Bhashyam is what? Prathama Jatvatu. Okay. This Vijnana Brahma, that Mahat Brahma, total, is the first one expressed. From that only every individual Vijnanamaya Kosha came, including mine. Therefore, that Mahat Brahma is Jyeshta by all means. Is it not? We should respect our elders and do exactly what they say to be safe. Therefore, Jeshtam is Prathamajatvam, is the first reason because of which we have to do the Upasana of the Vijnanamaya as the Samashti Vijnanamaya or Mahat Brahma. Devatas were taking this is the reason. Prathamajattvatu. Second, Sarva Pravrittinam va Tat Puravakatvatu. This is a little important thing. Ki at our own intelligent level or individual level, whatever we are doing with our Vijnanamaya Kosha, it is never new, it is never independent of total Vijnanamaya Kosha. That is the meaning of Sarva Pravrittina, means all the pravrittis of ours at Vijnanamaya Kosha level, whatever we do, Tat Purvakatvato. Because from him only, from the total Hiranyagarbha only, every individual Vijnanamaya Koshas are coming. That means what? None of our own Vijnanas, how much ever we claim, are ours. They are already there in the Mahat Brahma. When we are tuned to them, they are coming to us. Just like any of the scientists, whatever he discovers, that is already in the Srishti. When he is tuned to that, that Rahasyam is revealed to him. So two reasons. Jeshtatvat, Pratamajatvat. Second is Sarva Pravrittinam Tatpurvakatvatu. Tatpurvakatvat means he is the one from whom we are getting whatever we have. We don't have anything ours as independent. Vijnanamaya unika hai. In other words, therefore, whatever the Vijnanamaya Kosha or Vijnanam we need in the Vijnanamaya Kosha for our own outer life spirituality, we have to seek from him only through prayers. He will give us, and he is the only one who is the giver. It's just like sun alone is the cause of entire heat and light of the earth. सबके लिए वही है प्रदाता. वो रोशनी का भी और गर्मी का भी. For all the people on this earth, for us. In the same way, I have my Vijnanamaya Kosha. In my Vijnanamaya Kosha, what are the abilities, capacities, knowledges, understandings are there? They are already there in the Hiranyagarbha. These are all not new because they are already there in him, obviously. Therefore, they are given by him only. We may not be aware of Vijnanamaya Kosha or the Hiranyagarbha, but he is aware of all of us. We are not aware that the CC cameras are there, but they are watching us. एक गांव वाला आया मानो, उसको पता ही नहीं कि ऐसे कुछ होता है, कि सीसी कैमरा लगाए जाते हैं, देन हमको देखते रहते हैं, व्हेन यू गो टू एनी ऑफिस सब पता चलता है. सो दिस वी हैव डिस्कवर्ड नाउ, बट विज्ञानमय कोश सीसी कैमरा ऑलवेज इज देयर. He is aware of all of us, every chest of ours. So this much let us understand what Devatas say. He is Pratamaja, he is before us, and whatever the capacities we have, it is given to us from him only, because primarily they all belong to him. Underline this point. They all belong to him. From him only come to us. For these two reasons. Jeshtam Pratamajatvat, second is Sarva Pravrittinam va Tatpurakatvat. Therefore, Pratamajam, that firstborn Hiranyagarbhuko, Vijnanam Brahma Upasate Dhyayanti. Here Upasate means they do the continuous thinking in themselves, continuing sending the flow of thoughts, that continuously sending flow of thoughts in the direction till it becomes natural is called dhyanam. Therefore, upasate means dhyayanti. So, vijnanam devaha sarve brahma jeshtam upasate. This is the mantra, main mantra of the Upanishad. Uska bhashya ke saath, this is the understanding. All the devatas, because this Brahma, Hiranyagarbha being Jeshta, because he is the one Sarva Pravrittinam Purvaka, therefore their Vijnanamaya Kosha, they do the Upasana with the Parabrahma or the Brahma Tattva. Sorry. That Samashti Mahat Tattva called as Mahat Brahma called Hiranyagarbha. First thing is why they do, it is said now. How do they do? That is very important. Very, very interesting it is. They do in this way. Tasmin Vijnanamaye Brahmani Abhimanam Krutva Upasate Ityartaha. So Tasmin Vijnanamaye Brahmani Abhimanam Krutva. This is called Upasana. So they have stopped separating themselves to be separate from that Samashti Vijnanamaya Kosha. Their individuality, they merge in the Samashti Mahat Brahma only. कि अपने आप को सेपरेट नहीं रखते हैं. विज्ञानमय ब्रह्मणि अभिमानम कृत्वा. So I am not separate from it. I am that only. I am part of that only. I cannot be independent of it. That type of abhimana they have. As a result, functionally you may be different, but originally you are one with. Like the child saying, I am the child of these parents, they took care of me. I cannot be independent of them. I am never born only without them. So all the bhavanas is called as doing the abhimana, that I am never away from them, separate from them. Functionally, he does his work given to him by the parents only. Structurally, he stays outside. Functionally, he does what is told. But in the heart, he has developed the abhimana, I am not separate from them. I and them are one. This is how they do the upasana. The separate abhimana is given up. Oneness with that is felt. That experience inside, like I feel my oneness with my India. I feel my oneness with my Sanatana Dharma. How is it done? What is the sadhana there? What is the experience there? Here also. And when we join an office, within 3-4 months, we get identified with that office. मेरा ऑफिस है. In that also, मैं 10वें फ्लोर में रहता हूँ. एंड इन दैट मेरा रूम कमरा नंबर 3 है. उसमें वो मेरा वो वाला टेबल है. इज इट नॉट? वहाँ मैं जाकर सो जाता हूँ बैठकर. सो इन द सेम वे they do the upasana by doing abhimanam krutva. So I am not separate from them. He is not separate from me. We are one only. Functionally, I may do these things, but actually, I am not separate from. Like every limb of the body, functionally different, but actually, it is a part of the total body only. So every part of the body doing abhimana with the total deha. In the same way, all the devatas, if it is Surya, it is his work, this one. Chandra, his work is this. Agni ka काम ये है, Vayu का काम ये है, Varun का काम ये है, Surya का. So everyone have their work, but none of them have the separate abhimana. Then that Mahat Brahma, they all know they are all part of Him only. See, today again we'll continue. We saw yesterday how that Gandharva gave description of Sri Rama Bhagavan as the Samashti Virat Roop. Are we not seeing all the devatas in that? Then the Surya is a Chakshu and the Chandrama is Manaha. That is that way of doing Upasana. Here also, Vijnanam Devaha Sarve Brahma Jeshtam Upasate. So the separate identity from the Samashti Brahma they replace by we are that only, we are part of that only. We are not separate from him. It's not like the river saying I am never separate from the ocean. Remember, the river can never be as big as ocean by remaining as a river separate. If at all it has to become one with ocean, it will have to lose its identity. Then it will become one. But when it is maintaining its separateness, it can always know that all the waters in me are from the ocean only. Is it not? Oceanic water only become cloud and rain and river, etc. In the same way, I have a Vijnanamaya kosha. It is never apart from the Samashti Vijnanamaya kosha. This is called as Upasana. अदरवाइज क्या होता है समष्टि विज्ञान को भूल ही गए हम एंड हमारा अपना विज्ञानमय कोश को पकड़ते हैं एंड दैट आल्सो मिसगाइडेड बाय द अदर थ्री कोशास which will be our next subjects to study when we talk about ourselves. Now we are talking about devatas. So Indradi, Agnyadi devatas are doing the Mahat Brahma Upasana. Why? Because Jeshtam and Sarva Pravrutinam Purvakatvatu. How do they do? Abhimanam Krutva. What is the result they are getting when they are doing it? Ki Tasmat. Because of doing that Upasana, those people, those devatas, Mahata Brahmana Upasana, because of Mahat Brahma Upasana, Jnana Aishwaryavantaha Bhavanti. They are becoming a Jnanavan as well as Aishwaryavan. Jnana is abilities, talents, knowledges. Aishwarya is giving the power and position to use those abilities, knowledges in serving the world as wanted by the world, as ordered by the Hiranyagarbha. Therefore, the Agni Jiva has become Agni Deva to help the world with his Agni Shakti, told by the Hiranyagarbha only. So that Shakti in the Agni, the Ishvarata in the Agni is both given by the Hiranyagarbha because the Agni Deva has done the Upasana of the Hiranyagarbha. That's how we have to understand. So Jnanavantaha Aishwaryavanta Bhavanti. So all the devatas, whatever they jnana they have, all the Ishwaratva which they have. Ishwaratva is using that knowledge to accomplish the work or task. Ishana Shakti, using that power. Each of the devata are doing their work in this maintenance of the total world. Samashti may, Vyashti may. So, total Agni Deva permeating everywhere. Individual Agni Deva is there in every one of us. Agni being one only, it expresses total level individual. Where from this Agni has come or got all his powers? From the Hiranyagarbha. So functionally, Agni may be different. Structurally, Agni may be different. But Agni as such and all his Shaktis, powers, Vijnanas, knowledges, Aishwaryas, capabilities are from the total Hiranyagarbha. Like that apply to all the Devatas. So they are always in the Upasana. The three types Upasanas are there. Therefore what? First, considering themselves to be never separate from Mahat Brahma. Second is getting all the Jnana Aishwarya from him, doing everything. Third, all that offering back to that Mahat Hiranyagarbha only. This is called Upasana. So much synchronization, so much tuning. Because of this, the Hiranyagarbha also is happy because he is whatever he is supposed to do in maintaining the world as per the order of Ishvara, he is able to do that because all the devatas are cooperating. Devatas are also happily rewarded because they are not maintaining their separate entity. They are in always touch with the total world. Total, that is Mahat Brahma Samashti. It's like every district in a state is in tune with the state. Every state is in tune with the nation. Every nation is in tune with its continent. If all continents are tuned with total globe, how it looks like? In the same way. In tune है तो everything is so beautiful. So the देवतास के अंदर जो जीव है वो अपने आप को महत ब्रह्म से एक माना, देन उस महत ब्रह्म से विज्ञान और ऐश्वर्य को पाया, फिर काम दे गए उनको, he does whatever is to be done, then all that also he offers to Vijnanamaya, to the Mahat Brahma only. And his fulfillment is what? In that only. Like a bhakta's fulfillment is what? Only in doing upasana Bhagavan. There is nothing to be apekshita. Just because we are in a bad habit of enjoyments or sukha or bhoga, only through the fulfillment of desire of the mind, ticklings of the sense organs with the objects, laziness of the body, we are conditioned in the definition of ananda or sukha. Therefore, we are surprised. अरे ऐसे कैसा सुख हो सकता है सिर्फ सेवा करने में? कुछ तो मिलना चाहिए, उससे पैसे आना पाए, कुछ तो पैसे मिलना है, उस पैसे से कुछ खरीदना है, फिर उसमें इंडल्ज होना, देन ओनली देयर इज सुख. दिस टाइप ऑफ नोशन दोज हु आर, they can't understand the joy of a bhakta enjoying only in doing bhakti to Lord. A joy of a disciple who is serving is the Guru without any expectation enjoying. So too, the joy of the devatas enjoying just by mere being the servants of the Mahat Brahma. It's a fulfillment, it is a joy. That is, in that purity of freedom from the earlier three koshas, the reflection of the Parabrahma, whose nature is Ananda, is experienced. आनंद के लिए ये विषय भोग चाहिए करके शुद्ध आनंद को विषय आनंद के रूप में we brought it down. Like in Nidra, are there any objects? Are there any sense organs? Is there mind and desire? Is there any contact of the object, senses, mind? Nothing. But are we not in bliss? We are in pure, beautiful Ananda in Nidra. That's why nobody wants to leave it. Even they leave and come to class, they continue. We are in this negative thing of like a person who is addicted to taking bribe. है ना, वो इमेच्योर लेवल में होता है, बस जैसे ना होता अभी भी है, वो थोड़ा कम हुआ, मे बी 2%. इन द हॉस्पिटल्स, इन द गवर्नमेंट ऑफिसेस एंटर करते ही जो बीच में चपरासी से लेकर 5-5 रुपए 2-2 रुपए लगाना ही पड़ता, वो हैबिट हो गया. दे लिव दैट इट इज अ राइट टू देम नाउ. दे थिंक दैट्स द ओनली वे. Like all these taxes, the commercial taxes, all. So all the commercial goods vehicle when they go, these officers they stand there, then the money they give हाथ में चले आते. So too a traffic police पकड़ लिया तो 100 हाथ में लगा के चले आना. We made a habit like that and we think this is the way it should be done. In the same way, we think happiness is only in the nidra of the dehatadatmya, the ticklings of the senses through indulgences, and the fulfillment of mind's whims and fancies. इसी में सुख है, ऐसे भ्रांति में हम हैं. This is all भ्रांति. All that is gone. Like we are doing this satsanga. What is it? हो गया, इसी में आनंद है. इसके इससे और कुछ पाने का कुछ सोचा तो this becomes a samsara. My Lord, my Hiranyagarbha, my Gurudev told it to do, so we are doing it and offering it to him. Okay, we are happy. What else you expect from it? What is the need? This is lost. Therefore, we think happiness like this. To such people, there such questions come. How come Devatas, as the servants to Hiranyagarbha, doing everything and finding happiness, don't they have any salary? They ask us. अच्छा आप गुरुदेव के लिए काम कर रहे हो, आपको क्या तनख्वाह देते हैं देश से? It's very surprising to us. A question is very valid because that's how in the world they don't do anything without expecting the money. दे सरप्राइज ऐसा, अब कोई बेसिक सैलरी नहीं होता, आपका स्टाइपेंड नहीं होता, आपको ईएलसीएल नहीं होते हैं, अर्न लीव है, सिक लीव एंड ऑल. अच्छा आपको ये रेस्ट्रिक्टेड गेस्टेड हॉलिडेज, आपको ये सब क्या होता है ना, ईएम क्या बोलते हैं उसको, लीव्स, लीव एनकैशमेंट्स, देन दिस टिप्स दे कॉल एज बोनसेस. अरे भैया सैलरी है नहीं है रे बाबा, और बाकी का है. Then how are you doing? What is there? How are you? It is a bliss. There's a joy. How can there be a joy greater than the joy of serving the Lord, serving the Shruti Mata, serving the Guru Parampara, इसी में आनंद है. जैसे स्वामी जी आप पागल हो, हाँ हमने गल पा लिया इसलिए हम पागल हैं. In the same way, devatas are in their happiness in serving the Mahat Brahma by serving the world as ordered by him. That is how they have become devatas. That is why Jnanavanta Aishwaryavanta Bhavanti. Anybody then he serves this boss, is not that boss promoting him, giving him better positions and all. They are for the convenience of the work, like Hanumanji. What Hanumanji expects from Lord Rama in service? अरे उसी में आनंद है. And technically what is it? In that pure mana, a pure antakarana, freed from the desires of the mind, etc., the ananda paramatma expresses in more and more quantity. Therefore, one is in more bliss. Anand, like the mother, serves the child without any desire. Because of that, the mind of her is free. In that free mind, her own inner ananda expresses as ananda. Therefore, she is happy without expecting anything from the child. That question never comes to her throughout life. What is then how they are happy? They themselves is their happiness. Their nature is happiness. That is reflected in the antakarana because antakarana is not conditioned by outer desires, etc. For those who have conditioned their antakarana for outer desire, it appears that the happiness came because of the desire fulfilled. That is non-thinking. That is delusion. Never ever happiness comes from outside. It always comes from inside. But that is covered by the conditioning. When that condition is fulfilled, it appears that it is created or expressing. It is already there. So here also we have completed this explanation. Ki Indradi Devatas do the upasana of the Mahat Brahma because he is Prathamajam, because he is Sarva Pravrittinam Purvaka. Because of him only we are able to do everything. The upasana they do is Abhimanam Krutva. They maintain the oneness with the Hiranyagarbha. They don't take themselves to be separate from Hiranyagarbha. Functionally, they are different, but actually, we are not. Like functionally, the hands' work is to do the work, structurally different, but actually, it's a part of total body only. The work of the legs is to walk. What hand does is different, what leg does is different. But both are a part of the body working for the Deha only. So this is called as Abhimanam Krutva. Then the phala they get is Jnana Ishwaryavanta Bhavanti. So having said about Devatas, now for us, the same Brahma Upasana is being told in two steps. So I, my own Vijnanamaya Kosha, which I thought as Atma now to get rid of the other Koshas, Tadatmya. Now this Vijnanamaya Kosha of us like the Devatas, we also have to do the Upasana, that it also is part of Mahat Brahma. For that, the practical thing is what is said by the Mahat Brahma in the Veda and Shastra, that should be known. Secondly, that alone should be practiced. This is practical thing of uniting. I practically unite with my Gurudev. One is Bhavanatmaka oneness, that it is his sankalpa, that his prayers, his blessings, that we are able to do this work. These are all bhavana. But actual thing is what he told me to do practically. That alone I must. So the Hiranyagarbha tells us through the Vedas what to do. Practically doing that is tuning with Hiranyagarbha. Bhavanatmakata mein kya hai? Like the Devatas have done. My existence, my Vijnanamaya's existence cannot be without Samashti. I am always one with him. This type of upasana we have to keep on doing. As Devatas have done. That is what is instruction given to us, along with a very important precaution. That precaution is to be thoroughly studied and practiced. Mm. So the two things आप बता रहे हैं यहाँ. विज्ञानम यज्ञम तनुते कर्माणु तनुते हो गया. विज्ञानम देवाः सर्वे ब्रह्म ज्येष्ठ उपासते. दो बातें हो गए. For us also same. विज्ञानम ब्रह्म चेत वेद तस्मात् चेत न प्रमाद्यति. These two are the sentences of main mantra, which we have to understand through the Bhashyam. Vijnanam Brahma Chet Veda Tasmat Chet Na Pramadyati. This is called our Vijnanamaya Koshas Upasana of the Brahma. Brahma. Result follows after that. Sharire papano hitva sarvan kaman samashnute iti. All of that is phala shruti. That's the fourth point, third point. Now in the second point, after giving the example of devatas, for us, the Shruti Matas, as Adesha you can take it, to do the Upasana of the Mahat Brahma. Same as devatas did, we have to do. What it is? See, Tatcha Vijnanam Brahma Chet Yadi Veda Vijanati. Therefore, here the knowing itself is Upasana. Knowing that our Vijnanamaya is never capable of separate from independent of the total. यही उपासना है. That's what is said here. तच्च विज्ञानम ब्रह्म चेत यदि वेद विजानाति. Our Vijnanamaya Kosha is not separate from Mahat Brahma. Mahat Brahma is Samashti Vijnanamaya Kosha. And what is Vijnanam? Jnanam. What is Vijnanamaya Kosha? The Jnana of the Vedartha. And what the Vedas contain the Jnana? Both for the maintenance of the world through Dravya Yajnas, knowing the truth through the Jnana Yajna. Don't forget the main things. It's all in connection. It's all in continuity. पहले का याद रखोगे ही तो ही बात का भी पूरा समझ में आएगा बिना कंफ्यूजन का. So main mantra is what? Vijnanam Brahma Chedveda. So here Vijnanam Brahma Chet Yadi Veda Vijanati. The explanation Bhagavan will not give because in the case of Devatas, when it was explained, already explained. What was explained there? Ki Vijnanam Brahma Upasate means Tasmin Vijnanamaye Brahmani Abhimanam Krutva Upasate. Upasana is doing the Abhimanam with the Vijnanamaya Kosha. What is Abhimana? I am not separate from it. I, the Vijnanamaya Kosha, I am never separate from the Samashti Vijnanamaya Kosha. ये उपासना कर करके उसके साथ एक होना चाहिए. Like I am Indian, कर करके I become one with it. Same way the Indians when they go to foreign settle there, for first 10-15 years, I am Indian wala strong. But as they get green card, then they get good positions, etc. Then you in Indians talk कि ये तो हमारे देश का है. उनको तो होता भी नहीं. उसके we are American only, we are Britain only, British. To oblige, हाँ, yeah, British Indian. But क्या हो गया उनका उपासना कर करके they are the citizen of that country. They have become. In the same way, here the practice is done not to give a wrong experience. Practice is done to give the right experience only. What is right experience? Actually, our Vijnana is a part of Samashti only. But so long, because nobody told us, because never we studied the Vedas, Shastra, we maintained our Vijnanamaya Kosha as if it is separate. But it is not so. Like my own Deha, made out of Anna. Is this Deha anytime separate from the Bhumi? Parampara se. No, na? The bodies become annarasa. Annarasa is become annam. Annam is from the Oshadis. Oshadis are from Prithvi. Physically, Bhumi is there, my Deha is there. But through the Parampara, is there any time my Deha separate from the Annamaya, the Bhumata? Cannot be. This Sharira. This is a subtle understanding. डायरेक्ट ऐसा नहीं है कि यू हैव टेकन द फ्लैश एंड ब्लड फ्रॉम द अर्थ एंड पुट इट ऑन यू रेडीमेड ना देयर इज अ प्रोसेस that the prithvi gave the oshadis consumed become anna rasa became annamaya, oshadi became anna became anna rasa became annamaya kosh. But ये हमेशा उससे contacted ही है ना. Knowing it is called upasana, abiding in that is called upasana. So to my Vijnanamaya is never separate from the Samashti. Abiding in that knowledge is called Upasana. Okay. Now the second point is very essential. Very, very essential. What is that? Bhagavan says here, Na kevalam Veda eva. Not sufficient to do the Upasana, that my individual Vijnana is the total Vijnana hai, uske saath hi hai. It is not sufficient. Second portion is very important. What is that? Tasmat Brahmana Chet na pramadyati. Never ever allow for falling down from our Vijnanamaya to be identical or identified with the Brahma, the Samashti, Mahat Brahma. ये स्पेशली यहाँ इंडिकेशन दिया because of not doing this only entire samsara is happening. एक तो मैं विज्ञानमय इज महत ब्रह्म, इट इज एनीवे टोल्ड. सेकंड, प्रमाद होने मत देना कभी भी. फ्रॉम दैट महत ब्रह्मास आइडेंटिटी आवर विज्ञान मय कोश उसी में रहना चाहिए, नीचे नहीं गिरना चाहिए. प्रमाद मतलब लुढ़क जाना, फिसल जाना, गिर जाना, भूल जाना. लुढ़कना, फिसलना, गिरना फिजिकली. भूल जाना is called as the mentally, the understanding. Tasmat chet na pramadyati is the sentence of the main mantra, Shruti mantra. So tasmat brahmana na pramadyati, we have to understand. From the Brahma, once you are identified that Vijnanamaya Kosha is Mahat Brahma, for any reason you should not fall down. It's like when you join a government job, you sign. In that signing, all the points are written. Once you have gone through and have signed, we should never fall from any of those things for which we have signed. If done, then we are troubling, we are disturbing our own duty. We are troubling the department where we are placed. Understood that point? एक बार दस्तखत कर दी तो प्रमाद नहीं करना चाहिए. पॉइंट इज व्हाट, करने के बाद भी प्रमाद कर सकते. बिकॉज साइन ही तो मांग रहे हैं तो कर ही दिया, बट लाइफ तो जो चाहिए वो जीते हैं. Like oath taking ceremony during that ministerial positions. I, Mr. So and so, इस भारत माता का नागरिक संविधान के अनुसार ये पद जो मुझे मिला है, इसको बिना कोई स्वार्थ का, बिना कोई भेदभाव का, बिना कोई पक्षपात का मैं इसका निर्वहन करता हूँ. समथिंग दे डू द ओथ लाइक दैट ना. मैं तो कभी बना ही नहीं, कुछ बन नहीं सकता, इसलिए बाबा बन गए. But then, even after doing that oath, they can do gaflat, they can do gotale against the oath taken. Is it not? And that's where all problems come. If they themselves ask themselves, or if somebody questions them, यार जब साइन करने के समय you have taken that oath, how can you do, how did you live life like this? वही सारा, आपको कोर्ट में भी जाने की जरूरत नहीं है. You can sort it out. More important than that is every day morning before entering into place of work, if you remember that oath I have signed, that I am serving according to Rajyangam or the constitution my nation through this post, will you do anything against it? That pramada will not happen. This is what is said here. Don't fall from Vijnanamaya Kosha's identity with Mahat Brahma. And how the fall happens, where the fall happens, are the very important next thoughts. Easy to understand but important. We'll just read that portion also. Ki tatsa vijnanam brahmachet yadi veda vijanati na kevalam veda eva tasmad brahmana chet na pramadyati. What is pramada? What is inadvertence? What is ludakana? What is slip hojana? What is falling down? He says. See, ki prahyeshu eva anatmasu atma bhavitvat. Bahyaha outside. Outside other than the Vijnanamaya Kosha. Which are they? The three. Prana, Anna and Mana. About these three, which are they? Anatmas. On those anatmas, Anna Prana Mana, Atma Bhavitvat. Considering it as an Atma, Braptam Vijnanamaye Brahmani Atma Bhavanaya Pramadana. So the Vijnanamaya Kosha, which is doing the upasana of the Brahman, saying that I am that Mahat Brahma only, not separate. This will be slipped or falls down because of inadvertently, even for a moment, the Atma Bhavana, if it is done with the outside Anatma lower koshas, called as Anna Prana Mana. Therefore, even ounce also, once also, in my Vijnanamaya Kosha, अन्नम प्राण मनोमय का मैं आत्मा हूँ ऐसा भाव आ गया तो मैं अपने उपासना से प्रमाद हो गया मेरा, मैं नीचे गिर गया हूँ. That care has to be taken. न प्रमाद्यति चेत is a condition. See, once in a while Vijnanamaya Kosh में रहना anybody can do. Like you, the cutter terrorists also are good to their wife or children. They may even do some dhanam. That doesn't mean that they are the noble people. In the same way, once in a while I may identify the Vijnanamaya as Mahat Brahma, but my life is only lived at Anna Prana Mana. That's called Pramada. Falling in our identity with Anna Prana Mana is a Pramada of my Vijnanamaya Kosha slipping from identifying with Mahat Brahma. तो महत ब्रह्म से तादात्म्य ऐसा लगातार लगे रहो कि द लोअर अन्न प्राण मन के लेवल पे मत गिरना. So don't become sentimentally emotional of the mind. Don't be dynamically involved in the nonsense activities, nor yield to the pleasures or laziness of the body. That is the meaning of na pramadyati chet. Okay. Then what are the benefits? The benefits are told. Then the last thought that therefore we are saying the Vijnanamaya Kosha is Atma of the Manamaya. Therefore you live life at the Vijnanamaya and do the Vijnanamaya Upasana with Mahat Brahma and be blessed by Mahat Brahma. Then comes, by the time we settle, thank you, we will do this. Now we are Vijnanamaya, not Manomaya. The moment you think about it, immediately says, no, Tasmad Vai, Tasmad Vijnanamayad, Anya Antara Atma, Anandamaya. Then the next kosha we are talked about. Let us see it patiently tomorrow by Lord's grace. Thank you. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om 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 Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vajishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Paramarashibhyo Namaha Parabrahmane Namaha Shruti Matre Namaha. Om Tatsat Brahma Arpanamastu. So today our efforts were in trying to understand the Vijnanamaya Kosha, what it contains. Then we understood that Vijnanamaya Kosha, Brahma Upasana has to be done. To inspire us as an example, the Devatas are taken for why did they do Upasana, how did they do, what benefits they got. Then we are also told to do the same Upasana, but not sufficient. Along with Upasana, another direction, another thing where you have to attentive carefully is प्रमाद नहीं होने देना. And what it is, once more reminding it, then entering into the phala, then concluding this Vijnanamaya and starting the Anandamaya. These things we'll deal with tomorrow. Thank you.